It's really hot, but it's the rainy season right now, so we have rain almost every day.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So, tell me a little bit about you. What did you study, and means, how was your experience with your college? And when did you start traveling? Did you start traveling during your childhood also with your parents? Would you like to share something about that also?
Okay, so I'm a French student in a business school. I still need to finish my study actually. I still have 1 year to do at my school. And I've been traveling for almost a year now because I took a year off. I did travel a lot with my parents, but more like in a touristy way. And I wanted to take this year to travel in a different way. So I worked in Costa Rica, Peru, and now Cambodia, and Italy. I was for a month in Milan, and I also traveled a bit around those countries. Yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna let you ask questions on something that interests you.
So, did you travel with health stay or couch surfing or platform like that, or did you stay in hotels and travel like that? Did you try hitchhiking as well? Maybe.
I did do hitchhiking because I was a girl traveling alone. I used, of course, booking a hotel word to book more hotels when I was in between jobs, but mainly I used the Workaway to find the jobs, and then I didn't do couch surfing either, and I tried HealthPay, but I didn't find any job on HealthPay. But it's the same thing that Workaway. It's the same way of working. So in the end, I used Workaway a lot because on the 5 jobs I had, I found 4 on Workaway. And when I travel between those jobs, I just go on hotels. Usually I meet people when I work, so I will just follow them when I travel after.
Okay, so means basically you are on work away, and that is the most powerful tool. If
Yes.
someone want to travel and work and maybe stay for free. So how is your voluntary experience? What kind of jobs did you do? Did you teach? Did you work in farms? Did you?
So I did a little bit of everything actually. I worked for a month in a hotel in Costa Rica. So I was at the reception. It was not really a party hostel because there was still a curfew in Costa Rica at that time. So it was like checking in, checking out, and checking that everything was okay. Then I went in a horse ranch in Costa Rica. I'm not really a horse ranch, but they had like a herd of 18 horses, and we just like train them, watch them, feed them, take clients on a walk on the beach with them, just like organize all these horse activities for the clients. So I did that for a month, and then I went to Peru, where I teach, not really teach, but I took care of children on a daycare association in Cusco. This one I found on Workaway too. And then I've been traveling in Asia since a little bit more than 2 months now. But I've only worked for a month in Cambodia where I taught English to university students. I mean, like students that were going to uni, and I was teaching them English on the side. It was like a beginner level for us.
Okay, so that's cool. So means you travel on South America and then came to Asia. So it's very long trip, right?
Yeah, but I'm from France, so I traveled in South America between September and December, and then I went back home for Christmas. So I was in Europe for Christmas. That's where I worked in Italy too. I did an internship, and then I was in Europe, and in April I left for Asia. So I did like a stop at my house.
Because as an example, if I want to travel to South America, it's little bit expensive for me because the flights are too long. So basically they maybe go to UK and then go to South American countries, or maybe they go to Canada or USA and then go to South American countries. So for us it's very far kind of thing. But if I want to travel in Russia or Europe, it's cheap.
It was cheaper also for me to stop in the US or...
Hello?
Yeah. Wait, I lost on the end. What's the question or?
Yeah, so basically I want to explain that to travel in South American countries is the flight tickets are a little bit expensive for us from India,
Yeah.
So that's why most people...
It was cheaper for me too to stop in the US or to have stops in my flight. But but yeah, I guess I'm closer from like South America or Asia, but you're closer from Southern Asia than I am. So.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of cultural differences did you face, or how did you tackle these kind of differences, like how different European culture than maybe culture in Peru or maybe Cambodia? How do you feel, or what do you experience in their daily life differences, or maybe food habits or something like that? What kind of things have you experienced?
I'm going to speak about Cambodia because it's the place I'm at right now. Even though it's always really hard to just like pinpoint, like it's really different, of course, in so many ways. Like we can talk about history, religion, or just like the way of living. But I think the easiest things, because they use a lot, like they live a lot in the street here, and we don't do that at all in Europe. So there is the street food, and then like you can even see people just like waiting on the street, like with a carpet on the road, like playing cars, or like people that have stores that are open to the street. They actually live in the store, so you just see the children there like doing homework, so sometimes like washing on a corner, or just like doing every kind of life thing you can do. And we really don't do that a lot in Europe. So I think that's like one of the easiest thing I could say to describe how different it is. But then like technically, they say a lot here, same but different. Like technically, there is not like one particular difference. Like we're all the same and we think the same. And, I mean, of course, there is difference in mentality, but like it's really hard to find like to list everything. But on the same time, everything is different. The food is different. The weather is different. The story, the religion, the philosophy. Like there is not like two things that are the same. But when you live in the country, you just like you can't really tell how it's different, because in the end, you just really understand why it's so different.
All right. And Miss, how do you feel in hot weather? Like, because in European countries they have very cold weather. So when you landed, I guess it was summertime over there. So it's maybe 35, 40, maybe more than 40 degrees centigrade. So how do you feel when you fight with hot weather?
Well, it is really, really hot. But like so when I was in Costa Rica, I kind of had the chance to get used to this weather, and I was living next to the ocean, so I could just like go in the sea when I was too hot. So I could like go progressively, and now I'm okay with it. And like I don't have the same habits as in France. Like I don't wear makeup, I don't wear the same clothes, I don't like do the same stuff. I walk a lot less because it's just like way too hot to walk outside on the daytime. But yeah, I'm used to it now.
So means what kind of sports, or what are your hobbies? Like, do you play any sports, or do you read books?
When I'm in France, I do. I dance and I do the rowing at my school, but not when I travel. Like I don't have the stability or the occasion to really like do sport regularly. And then I read a lot of books when I travel. I try to read books that happens on the.
Hello, can you?
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, I lost your voice. Can you say again? What kind of hobbies do you have, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sorry. So in France, I do lots of sports, but I can't really do it here because it's not like I don't have a regular planning enough to do that. And then I read a lot when I travel with thesis, especially since I have to take lots of buses, so I can read in the bus. And yeah, that's all. When I'm in Paris, I see my friends a lot, which I don't really do here. So I meet people in hostels, but like that's all. And I enjoy also like spending time alone, so I can call my friends in France and my family in France.
So Miss, what are the popular sports in France, like badminton, tennis, ice hockey, football?
I would say football and rugby, but like I never played any of those. Yeah, I think football and rugby, maybe dance, like lots of people who dance lessons, lots of people run too. When you're adult, like it's mainly running and going to the fitness center.
Right. And what kind of music or dance do you like? And do you also watch Hollywood movies or any French movies? What kind of things do you like?
I like everything. Like I listen to American music, French music, Korean music. I listen to every kind of music. And same with the movies. I like Hollywood movies, French movies, Bollywood movies. Korean movies. I watch lots of different stuff, so like I really like it. I think in France we watch, of course, more Hollywood and French movies, but I've been watching lots of different movies since ever.
Mm-hmm. And means did you travel in Europe during your study on like Isaac or EVS kind of those kind of organization on student exchange program or maybe for internship like things?
I did my exchange in China, so not in Europe, but I did travel in Europe during my study, just like weekends away or weeks in Italy. I went to Prague, I went to London, Spain too. Yeah, like sometimes Greece. Like it's really close for us, so we travel in Europe and stuff.
That's so cool. So means you travel so many places, I guess. Lots and lots of places.
Well, my country is much smaller than yours, so I have to go out.
Yeah, maybe, but actually Europe is big, so maybe you can travel around Europe as well. So
well, I want to. There are many countries I want to go to in Europe. Just like since I have lots of time now, I feel like I can go further, kind of. And when I will have less time, I will just probably.
So means where are you sitting right now? Is it a hostel balcony?
Yes,
or...
I'm in the reception of my hostel.
Because
in the restaurant of my hostel, sorry.
So there is a city behind you. From there, we can see a city.
It's Phnom Penh. Yeah, that's the Tonle Sap, which is the biggest lake of South Asia. Wow. You can see it from Phnom Penh.
There is a boat
that's
inside.
Some roof. Yeah,
there is some boat inside the lake. Maybe ferry or something like tourist ferry.
Yeah, it's a big boat. They use it for merchant process because then it's linked to the Mekong, so you can just go and travel to the lake.
Oh, for the commercial purpose maybe, not for tourists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can go on the lake as tourist purpose, but more in the north in Siem Reap, not really in Phnom Penh.
And do you know swimming, kayaking, or things like that?
Yes, we do it sometimes in France and Europe in the summer, and here too you can do it. Like in every river destination in Asia, they will offer you kayaking and canoeing and all this kind of stuff.
And what about your friends? What they are doing? Are they studying, or they also took a break and travel? What kind of things they do? Or you are only the person in your classroom who try these things, like take a break for 1 year, or everybody try these kind of things during their study?
In my school we all had to take a year last year to do internships, and I think something like a third of my class took a year this year to do personal projects. So it can be either traveling or like I did working abroad. Some of them are learning new skills like code or working with food or this kind of like just working new skills at home. So yeah, well, a lot of people actually took the year, I think mainly because of COVID, we kind of needed a break before finishing our studies and going to work. So since I still have 1 year to do with my studies.
So everybody do this kind of thing over there, maybe we can say like that. It's a common trend.
Not everybody. Not everybody, but like 1/3. I would say in my school it would be 1/3.
Okay, 1/3. Right. And why did you choose business or management or commerce? Do you like maths or something like that, or do you like to do?
No, it was just like in France, in order to enter business school, you need to have a competitive exam, and I like the subject of the competitive exam for business more than the one for engineering school, so I went for business school.
Okay. And is it expensive to study in France?
Business school is, engineering school is less, and then you have public school that are like way less expensive. Like university in France is really not expensive at all.
So do they have any kind of entrance exam after 12th, or we can say high school after high school? Do they have any exams to get admission in this kind of universities?
After high school, you just ask for university if it's public school, and then it will be according to the grade you had in high school. Or if you want to enter engineering, private engineering or business school, you have to take a competitive exam, and then it decides which school you can get into.
And what are the interesting things do you do in your whole day in Cambodia? Or what is your daily life? over there?
Well, when I was teaching, I would teach like 4 hours a day. And then in between, I would just like go eat with my students because I was teaching at school. And then I could just go like to Angkor because I was teaching in Siem Reap, which is next to the temples of Angkor, and just like go around in Siem Reap and visiting the rice fields, visiting the city. I could take cooking class, see my friends, and, like bike around the city. Just like actually, it's kind of the same thing I would do in Paris, but in a different way.
Right. And did you see any Indian in your university at France, or means people come and study in your university over there as an international student? Or yeah, basically I want to know that is there any Indian students study at your university,
a lot.
like international students, or maybe they came for student exchange program?
There are a lot of international students, and I think the majority would be Indian and Chinese people. Of course, we have lots of European students. Yeah, that's the majority of people.
So maybe you already have a lot of this kind of cultural difference experience at your university. Maybe you meet.
Not really sure, because usually international students at my university stay, like French students would stay together, international students would stay together. But I had the cultural mix traveling with my parents, I guess, and also like I've always been interested in other cultures. So I would like, since I'm little, I'm reading about like other cultures, I'm discovering other cultures, like literature and movies and music. Yeah, of course, this all helps a little bit, but not so much regarding that everyone stays with their nationality.
Mm-hmm. And what are the interesting things to do in France? Or
that's a tough question. I mean, lots of things are
what are your
interesting.
favorite things or places to travel or things to do?
In France, I would say I love Paris, of course. I'm from Paris. I really like Marseille too, which is in the south of France, where you have the coast and the sea. Sorry. And then, well, it depends. Like if you're in Paris, you can do so many things. You can visit Paris, you can work in Paris, you can eat, you can meet people. I mean, like, that's a really wide question. You can do everything, like in every country.
So means how expensive is Paris? I guess it's very expensive, right? How is the cost of living, or maybe it's not so
yes,
expensive?
It is kind of it is kind of expensive. I mean, it's like everywhere. It depends on like, if you work in Paris, it depends on how many people make when they work in Paris, but it is expensive, of course.
And what kind of food they have in France? Like, as an example, in India, we used to eat Indian bread and curry and things like that. So what kind of food they eat in daily basis?
We have lots of different food.
Daily basis.
Like we eat lots of pasta, rice. When I would cook at home, I would just make vegetables and some meat sometimes. I don't really eat meat, but some people eat lots of meat. And then like rice or potato pasta would eat. Traditional dishes we have, of course, like lots of dishes with meat with salsa and cheese, and breakfast with viennoiserie, so like chocolatine and croissant and all this kind of like baked stuff. And then we have the baguette, we have the sandwiches, we have and we also have lots of different food from all Europe, actually, because the country is so close. So we have lots of different food.
So basically, I guess rice and maybe corn, maybe we can say lots of potatoes. And,
not so much corn.
No? Lots of corn? Okay.
No, and not so much rice. Actually, it would be more pasta, I would say.
And pasta is made from wheat, or they made from rice, pasta?
Wheat, from wheat. And actually, this is when like you want to cook faster. But I would say traditional dish in France is more actually vegetable and meat or fish. Like we don't have a traditional succulents. We just have like, yeah, I mean, like there is a really big variety of what you can eat in France. And it's hard to say what's really from France and what's imported, but like, yeah, that would be mainly meat and vegetable.
And do they also eat like a lot of cheese? Because I have seen people like ice cream, they eat cheese. So I always surprised how it's possible to eat so much cheese.
Yeah, we eat a lot. We put cheese on everything, and we eat cheese for dessert too. We eat lots of cheese. We really like it.
So is it heavy, or it's a different kind of cheese? Maybe it's like
ice cream. You have all kind of food in Europe. You have like light cheese. You have strong cheese. You have small cheese. You have lots of different things.
That's really interesting. So what else?
I'm really sorry, but I
Do you want
should
to
be
go?
going soon.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
sure.
forgot I had
I
another
guess
thing
you are a
after.
little bit hurry. You want to go somewhere. Sorry to disturb you
Sorry,
if
yeah.
you are busy. I guess your schedule is very tight. It's okay, no
Yeah, I'm
problem.
really sorry. I'm meeting someone after actually.
It's okay. If you want to ask something, you can also ask. Means, are you planning to come to India in future, or you are not so sure?
Maybe someday. Actually, like I've been advised not to go to India alone.
Oh,
Um, but I would really like to go someday. Yes.
it's okay. No problem. What else do you want to ask? Anything to me? If you want to ask or something like that.
I don't have so much. No, I don't have so much questions. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, no problem. So I wish you enjoy your trip and learn so much things and make so much memories and
Thank
enjoy your
you.
day. Take care.
Thank you. I wish you
Goodbye.
luck with your project. Yeah, you
Yeah.
will. You can send me the video when it's finished.